Welcome to Aging Untold. When your parents need help and your spouse's parents need help too, it can feel like you're being pulled in two directions at once. Add in work, kids, or distance, and it quickly becomes a logistics problem and an emotional one. Sam, what's the first step for a family trying to manage care on both sides without burning out?
Don't run away. The first step, don't run away. This is like, you talk about the sandwich generation, this is the double-decker sandwich, and this is a pressure cooker waiting to explode. So I think the best advice I can give any family member is figure out what your strengths are. If your spouse is the best cook, then she can cook for both houses, or he can cook for both houses. If you're good at the lawn work, then do that for both houses. Take your skill set and use it across the board. Don't you take care of yours and I'll take care of mine, and not talk about it, because both of you are going through so many tough things at this time that you have to join together or you will fall apart.
And it's very awkward too when you're the in-law. You know, it's like, okay, we'll let the brother and sister deal with their parents, and you know, the in-law sometimes feels like they need to be very careful what they say, kind of walk on eggshells.
Well, I think I'd acknowledge that there's a lot of different scenarios out here, but to what you're saying, sometimes the in-law does better with the other one.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think to what you're saying is looking at who has the better relationship or the better, and then play off that. If it's really an in-law strain, then you know not to have that in-law take care. And the other thing I think about is keep your marriage a priority. You both have parents, they both need attention, they both need help. So sit down, have a meeting and say, how are we going to keep our marriage intact? How often are we going to get together? Are we going to have a date night? Are we going to have a phone call? We want to make sure that the marriage stays intact while we take care of our parents.
And I don't think it's just, you know, it's not just logistics. What's really scary to me is the health aspect of it. Because when you're under that much stress, it's double duty on your body. And it's very hard. How do you have someone to come out of that? How do you need good sleep, but that's kind of hard. You need to not worry, that's kind of hard. Your brain is doing all these different things and it's multitasking and you're running, and it's a hard situation to be in. You see it all the time. And what about your spouse? He doesn't have any siblings.
He's an only child.
Yeah.
There's some
so
benefits to that, because you don't have anybody arguing with you and second guessing you, but
you're as that spouse, then you're grieving your own parent, you're grieving what you thought life was going to be like, you're dealing with this, but you're also trying to be that supportive spouse, and you're grieving for him or her. And so you have to talk to one another. And please don't be that spouse that's just used to, well, my wife can handle everything, or my husband does all of this, and put it all off on one person. Because at that point, this is already an insurmountable task. And if you're heaping more on, you're going to lose somebody at that point. You're going to lose them to their own,
Well, that's
to the stress of it.
The first thing, I think you have to set clear-cut boundaries and don't try to do everything. One person cannot do everything. So you have to set clear-cut boundaries and sit and plan and see what are the needs. So figure out what the different needs are and how we can divvy this up and who can best fit those needs.
And I think too, pulling on technology. What technology is out there that can help? Don't feel guilty about ordering meals in. Don't feel guilty about having motion detectors. Kind of sit down and say, who in our family is really good at tech, and how can we get them to help implement some technological solutions to help support us?
I think the big thing is that not forgetting how hard it is to be a caregiver. And sometimes the older adult, they're not thinking about what is going on with their adult children or their caregivers, their family caregiver, because they can be very focused on themselves. And so we have to watch out for everyone that's involved, because it could be the adult child's health crisis that causes urgent crisis decisions to be made.
All right. And I think proximity becomes a very big issue. So, maybe your mom lives close by, Your spouse's parent lives a little further away. So now is there travel involved in this, and who's going to do the travel, and who's going to stay behind and work and provide for our household? So a lot of that comes into play. So I think it's a cumulative group at that point. Yes, you have to talk as spouses, but you have to talk to your parents, and you have to be honest and say, I want to be there.
Yeah.
I want to be doing this for you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it out of duty. I'm doing it because of that, because you deserve it. So I think it has to do with, obviously finances come into play.
Yeah.
Skill sets are going to be paramount and important because you're going to have that caregiver side that's going to, I'll just do it. I'll take
I
care
think
of
the
it.
other thing too is sometimes we forget, go back to how can we recruit in the community? Because a lot of us, like my parents, the people that we grew up with, they're still there, or the children and all that. So the community kind of groups together. So it's not like moving someplace where people don't know you. So you may have some support there
Right.
if they had those relationships. And then the thing that I look at is, wow, who moves in first?
Right.
What if I don't have enough room for both? How do you decide, if something happens,
Yeah, and
Right.
who's going to blend well with the household. And so it's all very individualized. But I will remind people that you can take a formal dining room and turn it into basically a hospital room in your home. That can make more sense than some of the other things you might be thinking. And there are experienced professionals that can help you figure out what to do with the housing situation to make things easier, or how to pack up and get someone moved, or how to transport someone across country safely, no matter what their medical condition is. So there's solutions for all those things. You just need to build your aging team out, look for local
Right.
resources
I
and
think
people
that's
that
the
can
key,
help.
a team.
A
Yeah.
team.
You need to
Does
build
take
a
a team.
team. And look
You
at
know,
all the
life
components.
is a team sport for sure.
Yes.
Caregiving is a team sport.